story. Your life's a so what you want. Every day I struggle with it. Only God could tell me slipping. I'm infinitely big through the genesis. Dead presidents, drop a gem on them. On earth, these the last days. Throw your get money, quiet storm, have a stars. For the cream, renegade. For the money, only green is the I'm a player on the late night tier. So these see the prototype. Fingertips, reservoir dog to the skull. Ignorant. Can I live? Still film it. Kiss to death, friend, protect your neck. Three boys in the Cadillac. Grave digger, kiss to death, friend, protect your neck. Shame on the three boys in the Cadillac. Grave digger. Money over my headstone. Here lies young getting paid for. Never take a loss on my headstone. Only take a when I'm dead. I'm the gang 3 times on my headstone. Been from the cradle to the grave. Now your favorite rapper name on the headstone. Too late, you already dead. Right now I'm on the edge, so don't push me. Troublesome to 96. You a shook one, breathe and know the ledge. I'm your, what's that? I smell. Let me count my 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, run. Hi, my name is Dirk Cobain. Like a here I go to the next episode. Ain't no neon this explosive Beast Coast.
We are just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. Just as we were getting ready for air, both teams coming out of their locker rooms, out of the tunnel, and this crowd is pumped up as their Redskins get set to match up with the Houston Texans. So here's Kaimi Fairbairn to do the honors. And we are underway from FedEx Field. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
I blocked that a little bit better than that, man. All right.
Smith and the Redskins will come up now, 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Smith. On the catch, it's Crowder. And they're able to get this one across the 35. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage. The drag route can be effective when it's run well.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run with Thompson. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
The fuck, man?
The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Man, that shit don't work with me.
To throw on 2nd down is Smith. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him, unable to bring him to the ground. Whitney Merciless. Not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9.
15.
Time,
3rd and long, it's Smith. And he fires one, but incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides,
play on both sides,
no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down.
We for damn sure physical.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. Taken in at the 11. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. Out of the gun, Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Zach Brown. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Watson now to throw. Underneath for Miller. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
You ain't got no conversation for me today, sweet cheeks? Nothing? Not even a little bit?
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson.
Give me the ball,
heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. And it's Clinton Dix with a pick. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas.
Somebody can't read defense.
Washington Redskins, Charles, this is a team as their offense comes back out. It's a team that you've seen several times this year. What do you make of this crew as we hit the home stretch of the regular season?
They're old school. I mean, truly old school football. Run the football on offense, stop the run on defense, and that's how they've won games. Adrian Peterson,
I didn't go to my first or second read because you had people in the zone.
100 yards,
so I can read defenses.
100 yards in other games.
I'm an all-around mind and athlete
starting to come
coach.
into its own,
It is a dumb job.
Stopping the run and making people one-dimensional. That's how they win their games best, not throwing the ball.
And just looking at their schedule towards the end of the season, week 13 and 17, both against the Eagles, those could be 2 huge football games.
Could be monster games, and don't forget, Washington already has a win over Dallas earlier this year.
Come on, man. My line ain't sorry like that.
A great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5.
Yeah.
Hey, back up.
Stay there. Yeah.
Now it's Smith.
Big alert. You can do that, man? Oh, shit.
Off at the 16.
Oh, shit,
and a
Robert.
Turnover there as
I like that.
will get the football back.
I would not have thrown that if I knew you had that in your repertoire. Good stuff, bro. Real tough.
And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home.
As long as you don't rely on it like all these other bombs.
And this one basically comes right to him.
The Houston Texans, Charles, they had that 0-3 start, and
then
they got hot. And I don't know, maybe it's because of that slow start. Is that why we're not hearing as much about them as a competitor? He's taken down.
Stop playing, man. We overwhelming people out here.
Ioannidis in there
Change
to
the
drop
game plan.
him.
You're not going to have any
Loss
time.
of about 8.
You hear me? You're not
So
going to have
that
any time.
complicates things a bit
Change
here.
the game plan
18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
This directions, play actions, something.
Here's Watson. He's got room past the 20. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for third down.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids.
Hey, Zach, I'm going to pull you out of the game and cover.
That was it. Now you can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Oh, what them to abuse you in coverage, man. You tripping on this.
They keep it with Miller on first down. And this will go for 5 up to the 33.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Here's Watson now on second
Give me that.
down. Pass incomplete. Will Fuller was the intended target, and it's third down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of it way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. On third down,
good play calls, man.
And the whole
I
closes
got gorillas
quickly.
over
He
here.
gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line.
I got timeouts, bro.
And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Redskin defense. They'll have 2 remaining
Come on,
as we
Max.
step aside here in this first quarter.
Come on, tough guy. Please. Please give me the ball on the 36. Mr. No confidence in your defense. Yes.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on fourth down, and they're going to go for it.
Easy work, fellas. He's coming underneath.
They'll run. It's Miller. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down.
So disappointing there for a defensive unit. You hold them to a fourth down in their own territory, you figure you've gotten yourselves off the field, and all of a sudden, here's the offense staying out to go for it. And they wind up getting a first down.
A gain of 4 on the play, and it's a second down. With Charles Davis on Brandon Gordon, and it's Texans football as we get going in quarter number 2. They've got it 2nd and 6 to start things out.
Let's do that again. You come out what you was going to come out in. I come out what I'm going to come out in. What I was going to come out in. Yeah. See that right there, so we both believe in what we're doing. Let's see who was right.
Here's Watson.
Look like I was right, buddy.
Setting up the screen.
Look like I was right, buddy.
And he'll lose yardage
that
on
should
the
have been a
play
sack.
back at the 45-yard line. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down. The Texans on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far.
Drive for
this
nothing.
is 3rd and 9.
Long drive for nothing, fellas.
A shotgun snap for Watson. And that is
Watson felt that motherfucker man-child coming his way.
All the time to having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a
all
quarterback.
that for 25 yards.
When you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
No move to get
I guess we're not playing real football today. This is what you teach us, huh? We're not playing real football, huh?
Go again and try it once more.
We're just gonna do the gimmick shit. Just you're not gonna show them fundamentals. We're gonna go for it on.
They're going for it. It's Watson.
Give me that,
He rifles one that's intercepted.
Hey, Si, that's why you don't do dumb stuff like go for it on this side of the field. That's why you don't do that, Si.
You know,
if you watch
it's hard to believe that we are sitting on the doorstep of Thanksgiving.
Learn from Uncle Bread and the Redskins.
Time of year, but it always gives us good football. One of the games on Thanksgiving, Chicago and Detroit, that'll get the party started at 12:30 Eastern.
One of the traditional games, Detroit hosting,
Let's
Dallas
go, AP.
hosting, but in this case, we will stay in the Motor City. And this is the longest running annual series in the NFL. NFL. A lot of people think about Detroit and Green Bay or Chicago and Green Bay. It's Detroit and Chicago. They've met at least once a year since 1930, 178 times total, and they just met 2 weeks ago in Chicago and going to do it again.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Terrible, man.
On 2nd down, here's Smith. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Oh, a ball batted.
Wow! He took it out his hand, yeah? That was a perfect pass. Good. I don't know if you did that or not, but
they've got the football back.
Did Jordan stop running? Is that what happened?
The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively.
Coming early in
Houston.
Houston.
2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him.
My defense actually is stifling.
Break the ice a little bit, like, hey, didn't we practice?
I'm not getting no gimmicks
jersey
and no luck shit
not
right
the one
now.
that you're throwing it to, or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
I got no problem putting Colt McCoy in either. Just to let you know.
On 2nd down, here's Watson. Griffin's got it, middle of the field. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 20. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down. So the previous play, a big help, as now they'll have it 1st and 10 up at the 20. On 1st and 10, Watson. He's going to float this one deep right side. He's got a man complete. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. Watson to Hopkins for a huge
Jesus, Josh.
And even 50 yards.
You fell for the banana in the tailpipe, Josh?
So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Now a 1st down throw, Watson. And he's going to lose a yard or 2, taken down behind the line.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
After the sack, here's 2nd and 11.
Let's see you with the change up. You spread me out, huh?
From the gun, here's Watson. Escaping the pressure right.
He better have dropped that. 2 Bammers hit that Bama in his lips.
Ball free and brings up 3rd down. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court
when you
defensive
get popped in the lips
basketball
by
team.
2 dudes,
Every
you
time
know
a
it's
pass
serious.
is thrown, they're right there and gets the good defensive position, able to affect the play.
This man really going no huddle, man. He believe in that shit.
Here's Watson to throw on 3rd down. And that is
Good defense, brother. Nice way to hold.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't
We
think
leaked
so.
a little.
I think in this situation,
We
the
leaked a
defender
little.
was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal.
So maybe now the mentality changes in this game, because anytime you can get to the red zone, and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top.
The Redskins offense now, they head back onto the field. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And his throw is going to be incomplete. He was looking to get that one to Chris Thompson, and it's third down.
Did you just duck that wreck, Shorty?
Has been very disruptive early
Chris Thompson, did you just duck that wreck?
Seems to be the front and the back end pass rush. They've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away and cover.
The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Throwing on third down, Smith. And the third down pass falls incomplete.
Niggas soft, man.
I know he wants to get his team back in the game. A 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. This is taken at the 15. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And possession will switch hands, first and 10. And
like
here comes the Texans now. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead.
Like 4
they're
drops.
not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're
These
hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it,
all we got to do is execute.
Touchdowns.
We be all right. These suckers don't want to execute.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
He's not running back-to-back plays.
To throw on second is Watson. And they get him down, but not
see what I'm
saying? Takes it across.
His guy's getting more than catching everything.
First catch there for Thomas. It's a first down. Two minutes remain here in the first half. Back to FedEx Field following this short break.
Good game so far, Rob.
Watson on first down. Looking deep downfield. It's caught inside the 25.
Oh, my God, Joe, I hit the fucking triangle button.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for first and 10. On first down, Watson. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Throwing again on second and 10, Watson. And this is caught at the 8.
My man right there. Look.
The 10 to the 7.
He didn't even try to make a play on the ball.
Game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. The Texans with the first opportunity now from the red zone. They've got it first and goal at the 7. They'll try and run for it with Miller. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Texans will extend their lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Out comes the Redskin offense now as they get set to begin another possession. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times.
We just need one receiver that has some balls.
Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50
every one of my receivers has dropped the fucking pass, man.
Absolutely. Very well could have been a third interception.
A couple of them Bama's dropped 2. Let's get down this field, fellas. Get other dudes involved.
On 2nd and 10, Smith. Crowder's got it over the middle. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It'll be a Redskin first down as Smith hits Crowder.
Let's go. 15. 12.
Smith on first down. He's going to air one out.
It should be right by him. There you go. There you go. Thank you.
And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead.
Thank you.
As the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first
We had
half.
Half the drops that we had back.
So after
we caught half the jumps we dropped. We'd be up by 15.
Now on 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Thompson. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. He's going to get it running right. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal.
Orange. Hey, back up.
Back to throw, Smith. Eluding the pressure, and he will score. Touchdown, Washington. Alex Smith in the final seconds of the first half. And the Redskins are able to make this a close game again. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. And a lot of football, full half to be played. And the Texans set to come onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to go their way in the third quarter. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Come back, come back.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Watson going deep, and that's caught inside the 35. The Clemson connection. Watson to Hopkins for a big one. 42 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
And he'll fall forward to the 29-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Watson now looking to throw on 2nd down. He's got daylight. He's at the 40, the 20, and he will score. Touchdown, Washington. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy.
And got his man complete. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller, 70 yards. And the Texans are in for 6. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. On 1st and 10, Smith. That's brought in by Davis over the middle. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice gain right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
Now Smith. Jordan Reed has it. And he'll be taken down, but not. Before they work it across midfield. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 46. They'll hand it now to Geis. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. Justin Reed, the safety, made the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they were hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the left side, it's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A really good pickup of 28 yards. From the red zone now, Smith. His throw incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Play action. It's Smith. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. Whitney Merciless in there to get him for his 2nd sack of the night.
Good list. Orange. Block. Hey, block. Good list. Orange.
3rd and long. It's Smith. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Charles, we got a second here. Let's do an MVP check-in right now at this point in the season. Is Patrick Mahomes your headliner?
He is for me. Look, 2nd year playing, 1 start as a rookie, and what he's done so far, it's been absolutely spectacular. Magnificent consistency. Hasn't had any real dips. Now, before the season, I was focused in on Todd Gurley, and he continues to power the Rams' attack. He has to be in the conversation. Drew Brees.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. From his goal line here, Watson. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. Into the Redskins. Have it, they do.
All the practice, all the training, all the meetings. In this situation, I know exactly what quarterbacks are taught. Take care of the football. That's job 1 paramount, because you cough it up here, you might be giving up 6 points real easy.
Tip of the cap to the defense, though, forcing the fumble.
Leopard!
Geis, they'll try to run it. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead, because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go, I might come right back at them with the same play, the same set, and see if they can stop them.
Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. They come out here in the I. They'll try and sneak it here. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Colt McCoy scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the Redskins capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point good by Hopkins. And that gives them a 3-point lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
You know, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Watson now to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete. On that incompletion, I'm just glancing down at the Week 11 slate. Pretty big game in Seattle, Green Bay at the Seahawks. Two teams, of course, that met in the NFC title game a few years back.
Yeah, and at this point of the year, both teams have not had the success that they've wanted, but they're both led by elite quarterbacks. Aaron Rodgers.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by DJ Swearinger. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. So their woes on offense continue. That's the second pick thrown here in the 3rd quarter.
And we know it was ill-advised, but that was an opportunity to help them get back into the game. Instead, he throws another interception, and now their task is even tougher.
They'll try to get this running game going with Geis. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards. Now McCoy, his first throw since coming in. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Back now at FedEx Field. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line. 2nd and goal. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Brandon Dunn in there to get him. And this pass rush strong now. That's sacks on back-to-back plays. Couple of plays sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Richardson. 11 yards, but still not enough. 4th down.
They got the completion, but they didn't get the first down. So you got to think if you're on the defensive side of the ball, you're pretty happy with what you just accomplished there.
Yeah, like you said, got him out of bounds, stopped the clock, kept him short of the marker. And Hopkins' kick is good. And that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. So they get to 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
Watson now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
Richmond.
Watson going to give this one to Miller. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. Tackle made there by Zach Brown.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. Ha-ha, Clinton Dix there for the stop.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the plays we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Setting up the screen for Miller. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
It's complete on the bubble screen. That's Hopkins. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Watson hands to Miller on the draw. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Reset. Down. Blue 80. Richmond.
A shotgun snap for Watson. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Breaking that one up, the former All-Pro Josh Norman.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Desperation time. Watson on 4th down. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. So not only do they convert on 4th, but they pick up 22 yards in the process. Oh, a design run for their wideout. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll him him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Here's Watson now on 2nd down. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Down. Blue 80.
Here's Watson. Throw right side into the hands of Akins. And down inside the 15 he goes. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through picking up the first. They go back to the ground now with Miller. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. They'll run it again with Miller. The nice footwork gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be 3rd and 6.
Richmond.
He's back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Ryan Kerrigan in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. So down 6, and they know they need this one on 4th down.
Richmond.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Demaryius Thomas, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Texans can take the lead with an extra point. On for the PAT, Ka'imi Fairbairn. And it's no good. He missed it. And the game remains tied. Oh, boy. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. That's fielded in the end zone. And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. They need to get this around the 40 on the other side to get into field goal range. Look at the clock, a decent amount of time here in a tie game. What do?
No panic situation at all. They've got to get a couple of chunk plays, pick up nice bits of yardage.
Target the sidelines?
Target the sidelines because you want to get out of bounds and make sure that clock stops. Because if the clock stays running, that makes things that much tougher for you. It can always bleed out on you.
Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Gone!
Throwing on first down. McCoy. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. J.J. Watt in there to bring him down for a loss of 7.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. To throw on second down, McCoy. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down. The Redskins on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 17. Smith. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Andre Howe. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the 4th quarter, and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Watson. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Hopkins. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now it's Watson. Steps away to his left. And he gets it down to the 32. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. Watson. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Right now, you know that the heart is pumping for Ka'imi Fairbairn. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. Right now, you know that the heart is pumping for Ka'imi Fairbairn. With 3 seconds to go, this for the win. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And the Texans are going to win the football game. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted, no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. From Washington, thanks for watching.